Hey guys, Billy here with Preacher's Creatures. And I know it's been a little bit since I posted a video. I try to usually post my videos on Mondays or Tuesdays, but we've been busy in the ministry over the last few weeks, and we're actually in Bible school this week, Vacation Bible School, and having a good time with that, and have good turnout with the youngins, and so we praise the Lord for that. But just wanted to be transparent, let you know what was going on, why, I haven't posted. Sometimes I'll try to post 2 videos in a week, but between analysis paralysis and then a few weeks ago we had revival, and then I was in camp meeting. I was going for a week to camp meeting, and then get back, and now we're in Vacation Bible School. So it's been incredibly busy, but it's a blessing to be busy and to be able to do these things. And but thank you for tuning in, watching the video. I thought what we'd do today is I was looking on the MadMicas website, and they've got the 2 colors that they have on sale for this week, and their sales usually run, I want to say I think they run Tuesday to Mondays, and it's either that or Wednesday to Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday of one week to the Monday on the following week. But I noticed that they had 2 colors on sale, which is usually what they do, 2 colors. And one of them was a peach taffy, I think is the color, and the other is Here Comes the Bride. Now, I don't have the peach color, so I can't demonstrate that, but I thought, what I need to start doing is demonstrating their colors. If I have that color, demonstrate that color while it's on sale. That way you guys can click on my affiliate link in the description and go over there and get that color while it's on sale. And so that's what we're going to do today. And today is Wednesday. And normally I'd be in my study getting ready for Wednesday night service, but since we're in Vacation Bible School, I don't have the responsibility of preaching tonight, so I thought I'd go ahead and film a video. And this is supposed to come out, I'm going to post it, so it'll come out tomorrow, and so you'll have Thursday to Monday if you want to step over and look at that. And I was thinking, what could I do? Because really this is to me, it kind of reminds me, if you've seen my Pearl X powder video, the micro versus macro, this kind of reminds me of I don't know, it's kind of, you can see some graininess to it, but I don't know that it's as big as the macro. But so it might be geared more towards the micro. And I was thinking, what can I do to maybe add to that, to highlight that? Otherwise, it's just going to basically be a pearl powder. And Michael from 8-Bit Baits was so gracious to send me some of these new Siren Scales. And so I thought, I haven't seen anybody highlight the cake batter. There may be somebody, and if you're one of them, I apologize because my mind, I've been so busy. But I thought, that cake batter would be an awesome color of those Siren Scales to show in that. And so we're going to do that. Let me show you on the lid, that black lid. How beautiful is that? And so it's got a lot of purples and greens and some golds. It's just one of those that goes crazy. And this may not show up quite as much as it would, against a darker. But I got thinking, white cake icing, Here Comes the Bride white. And so I thought, well, if nothing else, it'll just add some sparkle and pizzazz. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to demonstrate that so that you can, if you're interested in these colors, you can click on my affiliate link below. And again, to be transparent, when you follow my affiliate link, whatever you spend, they give me 10% credit. And I don't represent the company. I've got to make that clear. But being an affiliate, whatever you spend, they give me 10% credit. And what I do with that, once it accumulates to a certain amount, then they pay me that, and then I'm going to turn around and use that to buy more of their colors so that I can show you. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. We're going to get the camera redirected, and we're going to get this video started. And I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you on the flip side. All right, I think we're good. We're up there. So here comes the bride. Let's see here. Let's do, I know we normally start out, I think, with a 1/32. And so let's do that. And we'll see how this goes. If my guess is right, we're probably going to have to add a little bit more, but I want to keep it transparent because I want to showcase off the Cake Batter Siren Scales as well. But if you ask me, that is very much like the micro pearl powder from Pearl-X. So we're going to add one more 30-second. Now this is 3/4 of a cup, and the reason I'm doing 3/4 of a cup today is because the last couple times I felt like maybe I wanted to do a little bit more with the experimentation on camera, but the problem was with a half a cup I felt like I had limited myself. Oh yeah, that's nice. So let me grab this right quick. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the Pearl-X micro pearl and macro pearl. I hope you can see that. And when I look at the micro pearl, it looks very much like a pearl powder. But when I look at the macro pearl, and hopefully you can see that, when I look at the macro, I'm going to get you a little bit more light here so that I can show that. So let's try that again, see if that works. So this macro pearl has more of a grainy look to it. And then when you compare it to the MadMicas, Here Comes the Bride, it looks to me like it is, the texture is between the macro pearl, but not as small as the micro pearl. So it looks to me like it's in between. All right, so if you have any experience with those, then you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. It don't look quite as big of granules, but the effect looks very similar. It don't just make it a straight pearl. There's some graininess to it. And I hope I hadn't sat there and run my mouth. Okay, so it's down to 320. Let's go ahead and get our siren scales in there. And we're probably going to have to heat this up. We're going to go with a dash on the siren scales. That's 1/8 of a teaspoon. Man, these things are beautiful. And I'm going to try to crush them up a little bit. There's some fairly big flakes in there. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to heat this up. Yeah, it's going to be nice. Get the lid back on this. I could see this making an outstanding belly color. But, you know, a lot of people just like straight pearl baits. Matter of fact, I've got an order Let's see. Yep, I got an order over there for 100. That includes 100 pearl white crappie crushers. No, crappie slayers. I'm sorry. So, all right, guys. I think let's see. All right, I'm going to heat this up and then stir it some more just to see if we got the right amount, because sometimes these siren scales clump, and then when you give them a good heating and then stir them some more, they break apart some more. And so we're just going to shoot 30 seconds, and we'll be right back and see if we need to add any more. But again, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we got her heated back up. Let's get some of this scraped off back down in there. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I think what we put in there, it was an 1/8, but I think it was, you know, because it was heaping up. So it's probably a little bit more than an 1/8, which is fine. Now the question is, what do we shoot this in? And I think we need to go with the 4.3-inch sleigh bait. So let me get this hooked up. All right. And let's get our camera pointed over here. And let's see here. That just, the siren scales just adds a little glow. Just, it's, yeah. All right. Perfect. What else should we do? Let's do the 3-inch crappie slayer. That's a beautiful bait. All right. I think we got enough to maybe do. Well, let me top this off first. So this is going to be more on the clear side. Let's see what it looks like in the 2-inch gilly. That may not have shot. It might have got a little too cold in the mold or in the injector. We'll top it off. Well, that 3-inch crappie slayer is a drinker. Man, what a beautiful bait, though. All right, guys. We'll let it cool off, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, let's take a look. I think what I want to do first is the 2-inch gilly, because it may not have shot. But we're going to try it. Let's see here. Oh, look at there. Some of them didn't shoot. That's okay. I think we got one or two good ones that we can at least pull from. And so you can tell it's just that Pearl X, and I didn't saturate it to the point of it being like a real opaque pearl, but I didn't want to. You can tell these, you know, they didn't all, but these up top, you can see them. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see here. Let me go right here. Hang on to the little tail there. Move back and forth a little bit, let you see some of the... So you can definitely pick up that cake batter in there. course, you know how it is. Every bait maker, YouTube bait maker's disclaimer, the camera don't do it justice. But, you know, as much of a disadvantage as that is sometimes, the fact that the camera don't do it justice when it's looking at my ugly head, that's a bonus. Let's move on. All right, so let's do the 3-inch Crappie Slayer, and we'll pop it open together. Hopefully it'll, yeah, there we go. Ooh, those are nice. Those are nice. I think sometimes baits that have ridges and stuff, they don't showcase the siren scales as much because they don't let the light pass through as solid as the baits that have smooth sides, if that makes sense. And so therefore you're not going to pick up as much of that shimmer and shine. But that right there is gorgeous. Let's slap those puppies like that and get them in there close. Here comes the bride, MadMicas and Cake Batter. Cake Batter Siren Scales from 8-Bit Baits. Look at that. Let's pinch one of these off here. And I know what's, you know, some people might be thinking, well, you know, if you'd put a drop of black in there, well, yeah, we could do that. But I want you to see the Pearl X effect, or not Pearl X, the MadMicas. Here comes the bride effect straight. And I think we could saturate that another 64th. But if you're looking for a transparent belly, but just want a little bit of shine to it, that's a good way to go. So we'll hang those up here in a little bit. But we'll get you back over here. We got one more bait to showcase, and that's going to be this beauty right here, 4.3 sleigh bait. Man, for somebody that is a crappie fisherman, I love shooting this bait because I think it's one of those that just really demonstrates colors well, because of the thick and thin places. But man, what a beauty! I just love that. I think to my eye, the naked eye, just looking at all the baits, I think this one showcases, especially when it's not against the black background, and I'm looking at it from this angle here and seeing that reflection come back. Man, that is just gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I'm trying to get it. See all that? And I know that's just, you know, that's a plain. It's plain. But it's not. You know, that here comes the bride. This is a 1 ounce container, and it's on sale right now, like 20, I'm not sure, 25% off. I can tell you, I'll click over here and find it for you. So it's on sale for 25% off right now. A 1 ounce jar of this is going to cost you $4.12. $4.12. Let me get back over so I can see my monitor. Yep. All right, a 1 ounce jar, $4.12. Of course, that's plus shipping. The macro pearl, which I'm comparing it to, and this is a, let's see if it tells, 0.75 ounce. So you get 25% more in this MadMicas, and the sticker on it is $5.99. And so for basically almost $2 cheaper, you can get a 4 ounce, or not 4 ounce, a 1 ounce jar of this. And you know, so hey, I've tested them both, and they're very comparable. You could get a 4 ounce jar for just under $14, $13.87. So, you know, what a good deal. If you're looking for a mica, just a white mica powder, that's going to give you some, a little bit of shimmer effect, and something to throw those 8-bit bait siren scales in, that MadMicas Here Comes the Bride, I think that'd be a great product for you. So now what do we do? Do we add 1 drop of black just to see what happens? I think we could. Yeah, let's do that. All right, we got things heated back up, and we're going to add 1 drop of black, but I'm not even going to add a full drop, because this is 2x black colorant, and so it is twice as potent. And so what I'm going to do is barely squeeze a little. Oop, that's probably a drop. So it's going to be the equivalent of 2 drops. And it's wanting the volcano a little bit on me. That's all right. Get that cleared off before it makes a huge mess. Get the cap back on there, and let's watch it transform. If you couldn't see those Cake Batter Siren Scales, you can see them now. But you can see you still have that pearl effect, and that's another thing that, like the macro pearl, and then this Here Comes the Bride mica, MadMicas pearl powder is, or mica powder is, it can make a good base too. So if you want to make a pearl color that you don't have a pearl color of, you know, that there's not like a black pearl or something like that. If you don't have that, but you've got the white pearl powder, then you can add the white pearl powder to your colorant and make that colorant a pearl powder. And you know, now everything's got limitations, but it's just, you know, a little something I've noticed that you can do. You know, if you don't have a pearl powder the color you want, but you have the liquid colorant, do the liquid colorant, and then add the pearl powder to it, and there you go. All right, so let's shoot the same baits. I've left out 3-inch crappie slayer, and I've left out the 4.3-inch slay bait, and to compare that to. But let's get this camera moved, and let's inject some baits. All right. One thing I love about the Siren Scales is how light they are, and they suspend well. You know, some of your glitters get heavy, and they'll sink. but your siren scales stay suspended a pretty good amount. Let's do a 3-incher again. Oh yeah. Drinking that plastic. And let's try the gilly. I think we drew up enough to do that. So adding the black has basically kind of turned it into almost a silver pearl instead of a white pearl. All right, you know the drill. We're going to let that cool down, and we'll reset the camera, and we'll reveal what we got. All right, guys. 2-inch gilly. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that made them stand out. There's still, with those ridges, it kind of deadens the light passing through, the reflection. And but you can pick it up. All right, to the next one, the 3-inch Epic Bait Molds Crappie Slayer, and I'm still loving. It's been a few weeks now, and well, close to a month, but I'm still amazed at the impact that the Epic Bait Molds Bait Makers Meetup had. It's such a great time. So many great people that I've met, and looking forward to continuing in the future, corresponding with folks, and you know, of course, I haven't got to as much as I want to here lately because of my schedule, but I have been watching some content. Look at that, peel to reveal. So, anyhow, yeah, a lot of times I'll put a video on. I know this sounds bad, but I'll put a video on going down the road and listen. Of course, you know, you get to a stoplight and you or something, but a lot of times I'll play content and or when I'm going to bed, that kind of thing. Man, that is gorgeous. That is setting off those siren scales. It's amazing what one drop of black will do. But I'll watch videos going to bed or something like that. But then, you know, I'll put it on and play it. But I'm not going to, you know, I'm trying to go to sleep too. So it's not exactly like I'm going to pick it up and comment. And then sometimes I go back the next day. But look at that. That's just kind of smoky. That's beautiful, man. I like it. That just a little variation of maybe a belly color. All right, last one. The 4.3 sleigh bait with the hook slots. Yes. Birthday or cake batter. Son, look at that. That is just gorgeous. The MadMicas Here Comes the Bride just gives that shine throughout the bait, and then sprinkling those 8-bit bait siren scales in there just gives it depth, breaks it up. That is beautiful. That is gorgeous. See it up against the black. Yes, sir. Wow. That is cool. I'm going to have to just do a run of those. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, again, I appreciate you tuning in for another Preachers Creatures video. And let me do this right quick. Let me show these two side by side so you can get a comparison. It's man, it's not a crazy difference, but it does set off those siren scales just a touch more. But the shimmer, the shine of, or glimmer, however you put it, of the Here Comes the Bride just makes for a great pearl effect. But, all right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, my videos are not, I hope you're entertained, but, you know, a lot of my videos are educational. It's to demonstrate these products. And certainly MadMicas and 8-bit products are first class. You know, I enjoy using them. And like I said in my last video, you know, I deal with analysis paralysis, looking at all this, like which one to use. And so I thought today what I'd do is grab a random one off the shelf. And I did that. And then I was like, well, wait a minute, you know, MadMicas has got a sale on Here Comes the Bride, and so I thought I'd be better off doing that. But then I wanted to do something that would contrast well with it. So anyway, I don't think you could pick a bad color to put your siren scales in. But I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, if you like the content, just keep hitting that like and subscribe button. I appreciate everything you guys do to support the channel. We're closing in on 1,000, and so it won't be long. I'll have to be putting out there what we're going to do for 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I look forward to that. And I'm thinking, well, I better not say, because I need to study on it, and I might change my mind. But I'll make it worth your while. So anyway. I'll be coming up with some rules and things of that nature. Of course, you got to be a subscriber, and one of the things I found out in the last giveaway that I did with Ken Johnson is sometimes people put who they have subscribed to on private, and so if you've done that, I can't necessarily see that you're a subscriber. And so if you enter the contest giveaway, you'll have to make sure that you have your subscriptions visible so that I can verify that you are a subscriber. And so anyway, guys, I appreciate you. I love you. And don't forget, you'll love the features of Preachers Creatures. But let me say one other thing. Don't forget that God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And there's the secret right there. And I hope all of you know the Lord, Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. And so, and if anybody ever has any questions about, you know, or prayer requests, things of that nature, you reach out to me in the comments, or you send me an email. My email address for my YouTube channel is preacherscreaturesyt for YouTube @gmail.com. Again, that's preacherscreaturesyt @gmail.com. You reach out to me, and if you ever need me for anything like that, a spiritual need, just need prayer, or if you have any questions about what I do, my bake making or products, you reach out to me on there, and I'll do everything I can to help you. Appreciate you, love you, see you on the next time.